Right, welcome back friends. This time we'll be looking at the second round of the map tournament, online map tournament, where we have both of our Scrub League guys representatives surviving the first rounds, and 4 of our guest duelists getting eliminated, unfortunately. And 2 of them are left, and one of them is called Destroyer 2 Trader, one's Joshua Ben. So let's go and see the first game between 2 Dinomist players, which is Finn and Destroyer 2 Trainer. On to the first game. It's kind of hard to tell who's doing what, but I think this area is Finn, the lower guy is Finn, and the high guy is Destroyer 2 Trainer. So, card demise build, of course, draws a couple of traps and stuff, and Quaking Mirror Force already set. Dim Barrier there as well, ready to stop the opponent. Dinomist Howling, very strong card to open. I think Finn opened worse than the opponent this time. With the opponent having a Dinomist Howling, a Destroyer 2 Trainer, having that card to control the field, and he's got Pendulum Summoning plays for days because he can control the opponent's back row as much as he wants to. So Finn's a bit of trouble here against Destroyer, but he attempts to Pendulum Summoning 2 monsters and no strike actually used there, only a Chalice and a Quaking Mirror Force set there for the Destroyer. And the end phase, the main phase, sorry, he uses Dinomist to bounce the back row, but Torrential once again clears the board, and he saves the 2 monsters he's got using the low scale of the Dinomists. Right, so Dinomist Howling used it, Dinomist Rush, sorry, so he can Specimen the Plesios, which lets him lose attack, and there we go, 4 monsters Quaking Mirror Force on the Finn's field. Howling bounces Strike it, although there's no Pendulum Summon in place this time because they're stuck with 2 high scales, 3 high scales now. So Destroyer's in a bit of a hard position because he's stuck without any Pendulum Summon in place, even though he's got 2 Dinomist cards in his extra deck face up. Don't forget, we are not playing the Link format, so we're playing the old format, which means that you can just Pendulum Summon as many as you want from your extra deck. But there we have it, the strike finally hitting the field, and that was a really good strike for Finn as he hit 3 Dinomist monsters. And he's going to be using Dinomist Howling it to get the scales off. And I believe he's allowed to tribute set Dinomist monsters for this card, so he can use to his advantage the Quaking Mirror Force monsters, 1 by 1, to interesting that yep, he couldn't actually pop this because the scale is protecting it from Unending Nightmare, one of the new cards. And there you go, Rex tributing the set monster that was Quaking Mirror Force from Finn's side to shuffle a card back on your opponent's hand to the deck, which was the Unending Nightmare. But fortunately for Destroyer, he's got two card demise actually. He went through 2 of them. He only drew off card demise, so draws 2 more back row and sets them, and then discards a card demise. But there you go, Finn controlling the field once again with the Dinomist Howling. They both seem to be stuck now, but this guy, Destroyer, bounced the charge, which is strange. And oh, well, that's because he could grab the game because of that, because Finn had no more monsters. So yeah, and he couldn't actually use Pot of Desires because look at his main deck. He's got 10 cards left, so he couldn't actually resolve the cards. So that's 1-0 to Destroyer. So game 1 taken by the other Dinomist player, the guest Dinomist player with the card demise build. I believe Finn's build doesn't run card demise. I think he only runs card of desires, Pot of Desires, card of desires. That sounds broken. Right, so end phase here for Finn is going to go. Oh, sorry, Destroyer is the guy on the lower side this time, and Finn is the guy on the upper side of the dual display this time on the YGOPro. My Quaking's the 1 guy actually. Oh, my mistake. Finn is actually on the lower side, and Destroyer is on the upper side. So, the guy had a card demise on the upper side, so that is Destroyer. Unfortunately, actually, what happened there? I believe. Oh, I see. He bounced the monsters with the Dinomist Howling, and that means that card demise will pitch the whole hand. So he ended up pitching a lot of monsters. I believe it was 3 monsters. That's pretty big. That was really big. And Destroyer stuck with no monsters while Finn has the upper hand with the monsters. And he's stuck with 2 chalices and an Floodgate. I'm surprised he didn't side out the chalice actually for the second game. It's not the best card for this matchup, but fortunately, yeah, he managed to challenge the Bahamut Shark, which was ready to summon the Totally Awesome. And once again, Finn hits the Dinomist Howling. Another Chalice coming in here for Finn from Destroyer. Destroyer's Chalice coming in clutch against Finn's Bahamut Sharks. And of course, Drowning hitting the 2 monsters, and Finn saving one of them using Howling, one of the strongest cards in this matchup. It really matters who's got the field presence here, doesn't it? Because they can control it. Using Dinomist Howling. Right, so chaining 1, chaining 2. We're just going to bounce the Dinomist Howling, and he tributes the Terran to destroy the only Dinomist card Destroyer has. Fortunately for this guy, he top decked the Dinomist Charge, which will grab a monster, but the set Howling was bounced back because now they know that it's a Howling, and you can just pendulum as many as you want because it's not the link format, which means it's a very, very obvious OTK for this turn. So that is going to be a 1-1 for both players. Let's go to the last game, the third and final game. Who's going to win this Dinomist middle match? We'll find out. Alright, so just to clarify who is the top player and the bottom player. The bottom player is Destroyer and the upper player is Finn. Alright, so Floodgate Trap Hole going to Floodgate the Plesios, and Howling going to set his scale, but he's going to use Dim Barrier to stop a pendulum summoning for the turn. It's going to blind MST. Unfortunately, he blind MST's Dinomist Rush, which is not the best target. Actually, Finn's actually got 2 Dinomist Rush there, whilst Destroyer is with a Quaking and Dinomist Howling. So there we go, more Dinomist cards getting Booker Moon permanently using the Quaking, but one of them was unaffected because Rush makes them immune to every card effects for the turn. And it looks like Destroyer's gone on the defensive hit, and fortunately for Finn, he's actually top decked Dinomist Howling now, which probably will let him remake monsters like the special, particularly the set cards. Oh, this looks very, very one-sided already with all the cards being yep. There we go. Dinomist Howling is just going to remove the Utopia, the Lightning, as that's probably going to kill the Infinity if it goes to the battle phase and attacks. Yep. So very one-sided game, this third game actually. It was quite it was determined in the first and second turns of the game. And there we go, Infinity's going to get everything that he's going to use for the rest of the game. So yeah, that's it for this first round, second round, game 1. It was won by Finn, so now Finn's going to the finals. I want a scrub representative. So yeah, thanks for watching guys. Go on to watch the second game of the second round, which is Dark Magicians versus Phantom Spiral. Let's go.